What it do, T Squad? It's me, Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade, Love and Marriage DC, Season 2, Episode 12 review. Last night's episode was really good. Another banger episode. I really enjoyed it, and I got a lot to say. So let's get into it. So we pick up where we left off last week with Arena and Ashley meeting up for lunch to discuss what happened at the Christmas party. They're able, once they both relay how they feel, they're able to patch things up because they really like each other and they really want to make the friendship work. And I think that both sides were hurt, even though I still feel like Ashley was 1000% in the wrong. Ashley then tells Arena how Clifton told Quick that they might be jealous of the Pettys. Arena in her confessional feels that Ashley is jealous, but it's jealous of her friendship with Joy, not that they're on the show or anything like that. And I watched Arena's interview with Dustin on Carlos' YouTube channel, and she reiterated that. So she stands by what she said. Then we see Joy and Winter exercising together, and Joy tells Winter what happened, that she got kicked out. And Joy was like, Winter was like, oh my God, you a part of the kicked out club too? Oh God, that was funny. So they're bonding over the fact that Ashley at that time didn't like either of them, and they both gotten kicked out. And Joy also goes on to tell her that she and Clifton are actually married. And Winter was genuinely shocked. Like, what? But she was like, you know what? Congratulations. But how was it Ashley's place to tell somebody your business, you know? And I can't wait to see how things are going to come around full circle for Ashley and Winter to where they're tight now. Then we find out that Lil Jamie got mad when the episode when the episode aired, where Quick called him a bad kid during the conversation with Ashley about their own son. So he took it to Twitter and was, coming at Quick saying a bunch of smart stuff. Now I told y'all season 1, before the show even aired, and I did my cast breakdown video of Love and Marriage DC, and I made a comment how Jamie looked like a I was like, oh, he and he is. I stand by what I said. And that's not a bad thing to say that. I was like, he got that street flavor to him. I was like, okay, yeah, he out here. And he is. So, Lil Jamie took offense to that and then started going off on me on his Instagram story, and his parents told him to chill or whatever. And that's how I actually ended up getting the interview with them. But I think it's a thing with Lil Jamie where he needs to understand that if he's going to be a part of reality television, you have to be able to deal with the good and the bad of it all and not be so impulsive. And I think that he is a very impulsive person, and that's part of the reason why he's in the predicament that he's in today, because he, like I said, reacts off impulse, and he does not think before he reacts to things. I don't think that was the right way to go about things. I think the right way would have been to confront him on camera, since it happened on camera or whatever. So Ashley talks to, I believe, like her cousin or assistant about the situation, and she calls Arena and was like, before this get blown out of proportion, let us all come together and sit down and talk about it. But my whole situation, my whole thought about this whole situation is, and Irena reiterated in this week's interview with Dustin on Carlos's YouTube channel, that she and Ashley were not friends, or Quick were not friends before they started filming this show. And I think people tend to forget that all of them, even when the Samuels were on the show, none of them were friends like that. They were either acquaintances, met each other out and about. Hey, how you doing? But none of them were actual friends, except for season 1. Monique was actual friends with the cast member Tasha, because Tasha did her hair. But other than that, she didn't really have close friendships with these people. So I feel like where the Tylers went wrong is that you met these people, y'all got cool, y'all kicking it or whatever, but to the point where you're even having conversations about your kid with these people and allowing their comments or judgments or whatever the case may be to even factor into y'all household is where y'all went wrong. Y'all should have never even been having conversations about y'all kids with these people, and getting it to the point where you having quick sit down and talk to your son, and because that blurs the lines. Because one thing that you don't never do when it comes to people is come at them about they kids, they man, and they money. You know what I'm saying? Because you always gonna lose. You never get people involved in your family life, especially with people you just met. Like, even my best friends have never even stepped to Kyrie's on some you need to do this or you need to do that or da 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 da. Like, no. And they've been around him his whole entire life, and honestly could do that. You know, they have the permission to do that. But no way is a person that I literally just met 5 minutes ago gonna be able to tell my son anything or tell me anything or even speak on my son or our family situation. And that's where the Tylers went wrong. And that's where I feel like they need to take accountability that y'all the oldest people on this cast, y'all should have known better. Y'all should have known better. Point blank and the period. And y'all need to take accountability for that. So Clifton meets with Carmen, his public relations rep. Mind you, they met on Ready to Love. She was one of his love interests. He ended up choosing Joy, as we know, and now they are married. But he has continued a working relationship with Carmen. People on social media call them a throuple and all of this type of stuff. The relationship for me is a little bit too close for comfort. And it's not even just because they were romantic interests of each other on a dating show. It's the way that they behave now. No way should Carmen feel freely enough to hug you so intimately and rubbing on your beard and y'all saying flirty things to each other. It's just totally inappropriate. On both ends. On both ends, it is so inappropriate, and I don't know how Joy do it. Now, I know they said that some stuff supposed to go down this season with the Carmen situation, but it's team too much for me, my love. Team too much. If I was Carmen, I would be doing everything in my power to make sure that nobody think I'm even still into this man on no type of level. Ain't all this going out together. It's weird, bro. It's so weird. So we also learned in this conversation between Carmen and Clifton that Joy submitted his copyright, and Carmen says that the copyright can take up to a year, and that moving forward, she wants to be the one that handles these things because she knows more about it. I ain't never known a copyright to take a year. Now, maybe no, because even when I had my business, I'm surprised that she said a year. That was a lot. I've never heard that. Maybe because I've never gone through it. But I felt like even in that conversation that would be an issue, because Joy has been the one handling the paperwork and all of that stuff. And then here comes Carmen, a ex-romantic interest of yours who you work with, saying she didn't do it right. Moving forward, let me do it. Even though as a public relations person, that's really not even her job title. Public relations is to be your PR rep. It's to get you interviews, tell you how to speak in interviews and things like that. They're there to promote your products. They're there to promote you. They're there to get you press. That's what a PR rep does. A PR rep is not responsible for getting your copyright. Now, she's doing this because it's something that she knows about, and because he's a client of hers and she wants to see him win, but that's not even in her job description, honestly, to be even doing all of that. But I could just see already how that's going to be a problem. You know what I'm saying? That you pushing the wife out the way so you can handle things. And it's like your word being more valuable than mine. It's just not going to coagulate. It's just not. So, Winter is in the studio again with Block, and her sister comes by and they have a little one-on-one conversation, and Winter tells her sister that Yusha said that he loved her after the ice skating date. And remember how on last week's episode I told y'all that men will sit back and hear and listen to you say what you want from a man, what you want in a man, and then they will put on that mask and become that person for you and don't even mean you no good. That's exactly what he did, because when she originally told you she loved you, you said, I appreciate that. Then when y'all at the skating rink and she says that she needs more affection from you, what does he do? Afterwards, off camera, he then says, I love you. Get out of here, sir. You're saying that to keep this ball rolling, to keep her interested, to keep her tethered to you, when it's obvious that this is not a match. It's just not a match. So, her sister tells her to take her time because Winter moves very fast. You know, her other previous relationships were shotgun weddings and stuff. And I pray that there's something that Winter learns moving forward to slow it down, because you don't know people after only dating 4 months. Like, the fact that she even told him she loved him was a lot to me after 4 months, child. Like, he's still putting on his representative. You know, like, huh? Like, nope. But I think that's one of the biggest things for me that I feel like Winter needs to learn, is how to take her time when it comes to men and relationships. So it's the night of the Tylers and the Silvers meeting up to have this conversation. And before the Silvers get there, Jamie is in his confessional and he says, I feel like Quick, who wants to one up Jamie, he's going to come over here and say, oh, but your dad said this about you. Yeah, but that's my son. I can say whatever the F I want to. No, you cannot, sir. And that's part of the problem of why your son is the way that he is, because you feel like you can say whatever you want to people. You cannot say whatever you want to somebody just because you gave birth to them. That doesn't make it okay. Words hurt people more so than even a physical wound. So if you're telling your son he's a bum, he ain't this, he ain't that, and then you look at him and he's a representation of every negative thing that you've ever said about him, and then you wonder why he's in the position that he's in. You can't go around saying whatever you want to say about people. So no, I don't agree with that at all. And me personally, I don't think that what Quick said was that bad of a thing. I knew when he said it on camera that it was going to be a thing, but it really honestly wasn't that big of a thing. And to be honest with you, he was a bad kid. In terms of bad kid, he was a bad kid. Get over it. Get over it. Y'all need to be focused on where he's at right now as an almost 30-year-old man. He ain't no longer a kid. Okay, that's past tense. We talking about right now. That you got this almost 30-year-old man sitting down looking like a teenager that's in trouble with his parents. Like, come on, bro. So they sit down and where was I at? Jamie starts things off and was like, I feel like he crossed the line speaking on Lil Jamie. And Quick says that he's disappointed in the situation. You can tell his feelings were very hurt. But he needs to take into account who he's dealing with. Like I said, Lil Jamie is very vulnerable. He's very emotional and he's erratic. And he's very responsive. So you know that he's going to take the littlest thing and make it a mountain. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't even allow myself to even get that hyped up about it. I think more than anything, he was hurt at what Lil Jamie was saying about him on social media. So Jamie says that he told Lil Jamie to chill out, but Lil Jamie said he gonna do what he want to do. He grown. Okay. So Lil Jamie in his confession was like, I look at them like an aunt and uncle, so it kind of caught me off guard. How are you looking at these people like an aunt and an uncle, and you have only known them literally at this point like a year? This is why I said y'all got too close for comfort way too soon. We shouldn't even be having conversations like this. So Quick says to Lil Jamie, I stand on what I said. You're not a kid. You're a grown man. You had an issue with something I said on TV. As a grown man, you reach out to me. The same way you reach out to me about getting into the club. What grown men don't ever do is take real issues to the internet. That's corny. I didn't see nothing wrong with what Quick said. Nothing wrong, because everything he said was factual. If you can text me, call me, hit me up to get in the club, you can do the same thing if you got an issue with me. And it is corny for a grown man to go on the internet. It's corny for anybody to take their issues to the internet. I 1000% agree. So Lil Jamie was like, why even compare me to your son? That's whack. And they were having a conversation. But once again, I feel like this whole dynamic was too much too soon, and like I said, it was too close for comfort, and y'all doing too much, and y'all expecting behaviors from people that you would have known for 15, 20, 30 years, and y'all only known these people for a year. So Quick then brings up like your own father was calling you a bum. Like that should have hurt you more than me saying that you was a bad kid. That's just like somebody saying I was a bad kid. I was technically. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't out here killing nobody, going to jail or nothing like that. But I did things that were inappropriate at that age that could have really affected my life. And in some instances did really affect my life. So it's like, come on, bro. So Jamie was like, I would never speak on your kids. And I just said what I felt, child. So Lil Jamie was like, you said I don't want my son to be 26 with no job. He never said that. And Quick was like, that's not what the F I said. I'm the same ninja that always have your back. Maybe you took the ish malicious, but it wasn't effing malicious. Now, at this point, he hype. He yelling, which I feel like this ain't even that. You doing too much. Like all that yelling and all of that stuff is out of line, out of pocket. You way too hype at the end of the day. And once again, you don't even know these people like that to even be this emotional about something. So Lil Jamie was like, but why are you cussing at me? And Quick was like, because I'm pissed right now. And Lil Jamie was like, I'm not about to sit here and let you keep cussing at me. And Quick was like, it is what it is. So at this point, it's getting heated. Ashley intervenes and has a conversation with Lil Jamie about how certain things that her mom said to her growing up affected her. So she gets it. She understands. Quick was like, I said at 15, look, Jamie was a bad kid. Here go Big Jamie. But he's not a bad kid. Girl, be quiet, please. Please be quiet. Please be quiet. Please be quiet. Please be quiet, sir. Please. Please. Because you're contradicting yourself and you make absolutely no sense. So, Lil Jamie in his confession was like, I don't know how to look at the Silvers no more to kind of embarrass me and put me out there like that, you know, like playing with my character and who I am. So Lil Jamie tears up and was like, I didn't like how you compare me. Like, I don't want my son to be nothing like Lil Jamie. He's 26 and still at home. Why you couldn't use yourself in that analogy? All of what he said ain't got nothing to do with Quick. It has everything to do with his life and how he feels about himself. That's what this whole situation is about. This has nothing to do with Quick. This has everything to do with Lil Jamie and Lil Jamie being embarrassed and ashamed of himself for the way his life is turning out. But Lil Jamie only got Lil Jamie to blame for that because he got every opportunity at his hand for growth and for career opportunities. He's just not using them. He's not utilizing it. He needs to go to therapy. It's obvious that he has low self-esteem. That is a broken young man right there who is begging and screaming for help. And it's going to take more than his parents to get him there. And that's what needs to be focused on more so than anything. Because the way that boy going with the sadness on his face, I hope and pray that that boy don't start looking for comfort in negative ways, if you know what I mean. Because that could very well happen for him. And I can see it written all over him. That boy is so broken. He is a shell of a person. He needs help. And it's more than in the form of a job. He needs mental help. That boy does not love himself, feel good about himself. He's not proud of himself. He looks lowly of himself. He's embarrassed of himself. And that's the big issue right there. So Quick was like, I believe in you and I apologize. Lil Jamie stand up and was like, I apologize for going to the internet. They hug, but you can tell that this is the bridge is broken at this point. And Irena said in her interview with Dustin that there's no relationship between her and the Silvas, their family and the Silvas at all at this point. We all know that. And it's unfortunate, but like I said, I think that they went in way too quickly and hadn't even established a real foundation between each other as friends and family. Clifton tells Joy that he and Carmen want to take things off of her plate because, she's been doing, according to her, she's done everything for his beard oil, from the mock-up, the illustrations, the paperwork. Only thing he did was pick out some bottles. So you could tell the annoyance on Joy's face when she looking at him like, oh, so y'all had a conversation about me and what y'all need to take off my plate. You talking to another woman about what you need to do with me, your wife. But she was keeping it cute on camera. So Joy was like, well, things are lagging because of us moving, your surgery. And then this selfish MF in his confessional had the nerve to say, although I understand her schedule and everything she has going on, she could have done a better job at handling her end of the deal. Well, according to her, she handling everything. So why can't you do it? What are you doing? What does Clifton do outside of being the beard man? I'm figuring he has to work a 9-to-5 job or something like that. But like, what is stopping you from doing what you need to do for your business, sir? Like, how dare you say something like that? And once again, you involving Carmen in your business relationship with your wife is a recipe for disaster, because it's literally like you're choosing another woman's opinion over your wife's. It's a recipe for disaster and for people to get offended and feel some type of way. So Joy was like, well, the cool thing is, however you want to trademark anything, it still doesn't stop you from selling your product. That's not true. And Clifton was like, really? Because I asked Carmen about that, and she said you have to be really careful about that because you can get sued, and you very can. You have to have all of your I's dotted and your T's crossed before you get to putting out products and stuff like that. So she was very right about that. But once again, it's making Joy look incompetent and like she's not doing a good job. And another woman is outshining her when it comes to her husband. Child. So Quick invites the guys out to his wrestling studio. And I got so hype about this. Y'all know I'm a huge wrestling fan. So he has a wrestling company called C3W. He says it's one of the fastest growing wrestling companies. He included Black. I actually like Black. Black's voice is very interesting to me. I like Black. He's funny. He seems very jovial. I like him. He even invites Clifton. And Ashley has an issue with that. So Quick was like, you got a problem with it? Should I send him a separate text and say don't come? And Ashley's like, nah, you be cool with him. You be cool with the guy who said your wife is using his karaoke singing wife to get on. And it's like, what he said was fugazi. It really, truly, honestly was. But this is stupid. And it's reality television at the end of the day. And he didn't say that you were jealous. He actually posed it as a question. And maybe Quick should have reiterated it that way. But I don't think that the guys at all should be getting involved in what these women got going on. And I don't like that Ashley is putting him in a predicament, and that Clifton is even putting himself in a predicament to get involved in women stuff. Clifton needs to have several, be a husband, congregate with the men, and let the women do what they do. And he needs to back up off of it because he doing team too much for me. And I think that Ashley needs to let Quick be with the guys and them do what they do. Like the men on Married to Medicine. You know, they might have their little tete-a-tetes every blue moon, but they stay out of it. So the guys meet up, and I really love the fact that we got to see their businesses, because we didn't really get to see that season 1. We saw Quick doing a DJ thing, but you know, he has a nightclub. I think it's a strip club. Ain't it a strip club? Yeah, it's a strip club. I would love for them to go film there. You know, the Tylers have a nightclub. Like I want to see more of their business. I want to see more of the Tylers doing, selling houses and stuff like that. Like I really enjoyed us seeing this different side of Quick, on last night's episode. So Clifton talks to the guys about working with their spouses and how that works out. And they was like, don't do it. Do not do it. So he tells them about the Joy and Carmen situation of it all, and they were just looking like, better you than me. Couldn't have been me, child. And they looking at him like, child, get ready, get ready, get ready. And I was so happy that in that scene, because I was worried. I was like, Black, don't really comment. Don't get involved, because you already know that Joy don't like you and all of this type of stuff. So I wouldn't have nothing to say on nothing that got to do with them. But I was also very happy that Clifton and Black could be in the same room and, you know, be cordial with one another, because that's how it should be. You know what I'm saying? He ain't did nothing to you. You and his wife, your wife and him got whatever issue. Well, your wife got an issue with him. And that should be that. And I think at this point, Joy needs to get over it. Joy needs to get over not wanting to be around Sharella and Black. Like, grow up. You act like this man pow-powed your dog or something. Like, from what we know, he ain't did nothing that deserves all of this. It's not even that deep, girl. Please have several. Overall, I'm going to give last night's episode 11, Marriage DC, an A. Like I said, DC is bringing it. Season 2. They really are. I'm loving everything about what's going on this show, the conversations that are being had, and I'm loving where this show is going. I really, truly am. Y'all let me know down below in the comment section what y'all thought. Let's talk about it. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.